Okay, Nuggets, we've been looking at fractions all week and I thought I'd make this quick video. You can use it at home. How to half an amount, or how to find a third of an amount, or how to find a quarter of an amount. So I've got three numbers right here. The yellow card, I'm going to half. The green card, I'm going to find the quarter, and the red card, I'm going to find a third. So let's start off with the yellow card. So the question will be, find half of 10. Now I know that some of you can easily find half of 10 just using your mental strategies, but I know that some of you, when it comes to fractions, will need to use some of our concrete resources. So we need to use some ones for us to figure out what half of 10 is. So first thing to remember, when we're looking at half, how many groups are we dividing into? We are dividing or sharing the amount into two equal groups. So two equal groups. You need to make sure that when you share them, the amounts are fair and they are equal. That's the right mathematical vocabulary, that they are equal. So I've got 10 counters here. I'm going to count and check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 counters. And if I'm finding half, I need to share the amount 10 into two equal groups. So when I share, I go 1 this side and 1 this side, just to make sure that I'm fair. 1 this side and 1 this side. Remember, we want two equal groups. So 1 that side, 1 that side. We're not done sharing. 1 that side, 1 another side. 1 more here and another one here. I need to check to make sure that they're equal. Do I have the same amount in this group, and do I have the same amount in this group as well? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 here, and let me check here. Remember, half of an amount means it needs to be in two equal groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got two equal amounts of 5. If I'm finding out half of 10, it's just one of those groups. So half of 10 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of 10 is 5. So you can work out some of the amounts that you've got, and remember, take your whiteboard, split it into two equal groups, share them equally, and when you cover half of that, just the one part out of 2, that is your half. So half of 10 is 5. Okay, Nuggets, we've got another number. Our number is 12. And for 12, we are going to be finding a quarter. So if we're finding a quarter, we're sharing an amount into how many parts? Not into 2 parts, because that's half. When we're finding a quarter, we're sharing it into 4 equal parts, So sometimes some of you can work it out, and what you could do is you could half and then half again. But if you're not sure, you just split your whiteboard into 4 equal groups and you share your amount. You count the ones till you get to your amount. It doesn't matter if your amount is all the way till 27. It's okay. You can still use your ones to share it into 4 equal parts. So I'm just going to count my counters, make sure that they're 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my 12. I'm going to put my 12 here so I don't get it all muddled up, because I want to make sure I'm sharing it into 4 equal parts, and out of those 4 equal parts, I'm just going to look for 1 out of the 4, because that's the quarter that I'm looking for, just 1 out of the 4 equal parts. This number here means that you're sharing it or you're dividing it into 4 equal groups, 4 equal parts. So let's go. 1 there. I go in the same order. So if I start clockwise, which means going in this direction like the clock, I'm going to share in that direction so I don't get muddled up. So I'm completely done sharing the 12 counters that I have. And if I check, there's 3 there, there's 3 there, there's 3 there, there's 3 there. So they are all equal. But remember, I'm just looking for a quarter. I'm just looking for 1 out of the 4 parts. So a quarter of 12 is 3, just 1 of the parts, because we've got 1 part, another part, second part, third part, and a 4th part. All 4 parts make a whole, but we're only looking for 1 quarter. So 1 quarter is just 1 of those parts. A quarter of 12 is 3. So we're finding a third of some flowers. That's interesting. Can I still work out a third of something that isn't represented as a digit? Can I still work out a quarter of something that isn't represented as a digit? Of course you can. First thing you need to do is count how many flowers you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even though they're flowers, we can still represent flowers with our ones, and we can represent them with a digit. So we can still work out the fraction of this amount. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will get 6 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm sharing them, or I'm trying to find a third. So because I'm trying to find a third, my third, we remember in math, as mathematicians, a third looks like that. So I'm only trying to find 1 part out of 3 equal parts. So this number needs to be shared into 3 equal parts, but I'm just looking for 1 part. So let's share it first into 3 equal parts. So here we go. I've got 3 equal parts, and I'm just going to go right ahead and share it. 1, 2, 3. And because I started this side, I'll continue that side. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to count to make sure I have all 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do. And I'm just going to check to make sure that each part, each group has the same amount, because we need to make sure it is equal. This has 2, this has 2, this has 2. Okay, so remember, I'm only looking for a third, which means 1 part out of 3. So I'm only going to look at 1 part of it, which is only 1 group. So a third of 6, because that was that number, that was 6 flowers. A third of 6 flowers is 2. Okay, Nuggets, have fun doing a bit of revision and working on some halves, quarters, and thirds at home. Your turn.